All right, how are y'all doing tonight? Well, want to make a little video and have a little talk and a little fun and a little story, story time. Well, the first thing I guess I'll bring up is the politics side. Um, it's kind of funny that Joe Biden is blocking these antibodies and stuff and these pills and stuff for different states. Now, I live in the state of Florida, and our governor, Ron DeSantis, basically said on the news that, he would try to buy more, but they won't sell him more. He's got the funds to buy them, but he can't get them because the government is basically kind of blocking him from it. Man, that's crazy. It's almost like they're trying to push the jab, but they don't want people to take the pills or the antibody treatment and all that. So, I mean, people need to wake up, y'all. Wake up. I've heard from so many doctors that I've been watching, and the doctors are saying, look, it is, people are getting it, but the thing about it is nothing to be, afraid of. It's nothing to, worry. It's just they're pushing a bunch of crap, y'all. Same guy in there. And the crazy thing is you got these people that sit here and want to talk one way, and then want to do what they're telling you to do. They're not even following. I hope people wake up to it and see what they're doing. Trying to push what they're pushing. Trying to shut small businesses down, but yet big businesses can stay running. Just follow the money. That's the biggest thing, is follow the money. It's crazy how things are going, and some people are super worried about stuff, man. And I'm the type of person, I don't worry about stupidity stuff, little stuff that I got common sense and I can figure it out. What I'm worried about the most is having my rights, and having my freedoms. I mean, First Amendment rights, Second Amendment rights, and the Constitution. And a lot of people are fighting against that stuff. I heard that they're trying to bring Trump's daughter and his son in a civil suit, over land and stuff, saying they did some shady stuff. Man, they're going after Trump's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're going after him, and they're going after his family. Anybody that's associated with him, they're going after. So we need to stay strong as Americans. Y'all fly that American flag as much as you can. Y'all stand up for what's right as much as you can. Let your voice be heard. Make your own channel. Anybody out there, you got something to say and you're good at expressing your opinions and stuff, make you a channel. Make you a channel on YouTube. Get on Facebook, and voice your opinion. I think we need more people out there standing up, talking, and, getting the word out, what they're trying to do. I mean, all you gotta do is follow the money, y'all. Follow the money and what they're doing. I mean, that's the bottom line. Controlling money. AOC come down here to Florida, and she's enjoying our state, but yet her state, they got it all locked up there in New York. And then they get smart. They say, well, where's DeSantis been for 2 weeks? Where's he been at? What's he been doing for 2 weeks? Thank you, Stacy, for the phone ring. They were asking, well, where's DeSantis been for 2 weeks? And he went on news and he said where he's been. And really, it's none of their business, but he wanted to clarify it. He's been with his wife, which has cancer, and her going to the treatments, and he's been there with her. And it's pretty bad when somebody's got to come out and say that and tell their business to clarify the air. But somebody like AOC can just do what she wants. The thing that don't make no sense with AOC, okay? This woman used to be a waitress, okay? She's not that smart, okay? She talks a bunch of craziness all the time, pushes the race thing all the time, Okay? It's kind of funny. She talks the racism thing, right? But her boyfriend is a ginger. He's a white boy that's got red hair. And he's white as snow. So how are you going to push racism, talking about white people are racist, when you're with a white guy? Come on. That don't make no sense. You know? I mean, really, think about it. You know? And I've even heard like other people on the other side of things, you know, some of my black friends and other people say, you know, how can you talk black and sleep with a white? You know, think about it. That's what they say on the other side. You know, people out there that wants to do the race hustling. Look, we're all Americans, no matter what color you are. We're all Americans. We all should stand for that flag. That flag has been through so much, and we've fought so much, and we shedded blood, and we got people that are in the grave. We got people that's got arms and legs blew off. We got people that's been shell shocked. We got people that's had all kind of problems from fighting in the wars, fighting for our freedoms and our Constitution and these rights, and for us to stay a free country. And there's people out there, it's attacking military that don't like military. There's people that don't like the American flag. How can you not like that American flag? If that American flag offends you, pisses you off, or hurts your feelings, something's wrong. Maybe you're in the wrong country. Maybe you need to get out of here, and I think we'll be better off with you out of here. How can you go against that flag that stands for so much and is so precious, and we take for granted? A lot of people take for granted our freedoms. We got the freedom to do stuff. You know, in North Korea, women can't even buy pads. They're not allowed to buy. They're not allowed to even have condoms. They don't have hot water in North Korea. They can't have internet. They can't have a lot of things that we have, and they would love to have it. They can't have it because guess what? It's their government pushing their stuff and controlling them people. Basically, news or anything or internet or anything that they don't seem right, they block it from the people. And if they get caught with internet or they get caught with music, if they get caught with music, they're not even allowed to listen to music, y'all. North Korea's not even allowed to listen to music. If they get caught, they can be executed. And they're not only them, their family. We live in the greatest nation in the world, and we need to show our pride, and we need to stand up to these evil people that doesn't love our country and wants to destroy that American flag. When I see that flag flying, I think about all the men and women that has passed away and that's given their all, and the men and women that are still here today that is missing limbs and fought for this country. And I think of old times. I think of pledge allegiance to that flag at school. I think of freedom. I think of love. I think of everything that we go through in this country in the past. I think about everything that we got that's so precious to us, and we really take a lot for granted. People take a lot for granted. We take a lot for granted that we can just get in our car and go on a trip, or we can go and buy what we want and get what we want and do what we want to do. We live in the freest nation in the world. If these people talk bad about our country, right? They talk about how racist our country is and how bad our country is. Okay? Well, if that's the case, then why do you have so many people dying and risking their life to come in our country? During the Afghan thing, remember that, y'all? Never forget that. There was people holding on a plane to get out of there, to come to our country. They're risking their lives. People now are risking their lives to come over here illegally. They're risking their lives. There's people dying. There's people getting run over by trains. You get people that's getting, going through all that big trip just to get to the border, and they're not coming illegal, or they're not coming legally. They're coming illegally. but they're risking a lot, you know. That's because this is the light of the world. We are the light of the world. If we go under, there is no more lighthouse on the hill and the shining of the light of the United States. When we go dim and we go down and the light of the world, which is us, fades away and goes away, this world is done. This world is done. This is a beautiful country. Forget all the other stuff. This is a beautiful country. And whether you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, you remember that flag, because that's the reason why you get the freedoms you get today. And you think about the men and women that's risked everything. The men and women that's in that grave right now, in that cemetery, Arlington Cemetery. So just think about that. Also, I talked about, some politics and little things and about the flag. That flag means a lot, and I love that flag. I want to switch gears here a little bit, y'all. My grandma, she lived in a house with a tin roof, and I've told y'all this in the last video. When I was a kid, I used to play out in the yard, and I used to take the water hose, and I would make holes in the ground with the water hose. I'd get in trouble for it, but they would let me a little bit to do it, because it kept me busy. And I would dig holes beside the house and stuff, play with the water hose, get it stuck in the ground, have to pull it out, and I was like, oh, I gotta hurry up and get it out before I get in trouble. Okay. So I used to do that a lot around my grandma's house. Well, as a kid, I was doing that, digging and stuff in the yard, and about 3 foot down that I can remember, about 3 foot down right by the house was a knife. I found a knife as a kid, and I was probably, if I had to guess, I had to have been about 5 or 6 years old at the time. Maybe a little older, I can't remember, but I think about 5 or 6. Well, I want to show you the knife that I found 5 or 6 when I was 5 or 6 years old by my grandma's house. My grandma's house is no longer there in this town. It's gone. They tore it down. It was an old house. It was falling apart, but I don't have no memory. I have only memories. I don't have pictures that much of it. I don't have, it's not there. You can't even tell it was even there. There's a new house built there, but it's long gone. The only thing I got is this knife, okay? And I think it's like an old smoky knife or something like that. I have a couple other knives that's kind of like this, but this is the knife, and it's real rusty. I need to clean it up, but I don't want to mess it up, so I gotta take my time with it. But this knife I found in the ground. I dug it up as a kid, and of course my dad, when he found out I had a knife like this as a kid, he was like, you ain't gonna be carrying that around. So of course he took it from me, he took it from me and held it for me. Then when I got older, he said, Philip, remember that knife that you found? He said, now you can have it. Okay, but this knife I found in the ground about 3 foot down right beside my grandma's house, and I found it with a water hose and digging, because I used to dig in the yard, play with my matchbox out in the yard and everything. And that's kind of a lost art. There ain't too many kids that still do that kind of stuff, but back when I was a kid, things were a lot different. We didn't have all this computer stuff. But I think that's pretty neat to have a knife that old. And I don't even know how old this knife is, y'all. I mean, I found it 3 foot in the ground. It wasn't my grandma's knife. It wasn't none of my uncle's knife. So I don't know whose knife this was or how it got 3 feet down in the ground. And I wasn't digging in a spot that somebody's messed with the dirt or something and just put a knife there. I found this in hard ground, okay? But I think it's pretty neat. It kind of looks like I got like 2 other knives. One's a hatchet, or not a hatchet, but a cleaver. That's an old smoky knife. And I have another, it's like a butcher knife. And it looks a lot like this. So that's why I say it might be like an old smoky knife, or old hickory knife is what they call it. I think they call it a old hickory knife is what they call it. It was like a set you could buy. But it looks just like the other ones with the handle and stuff. And it's really old. But it's one of my favorite knives, and it's a memory. It's a memory that I have, and it's the only memory, or it's not the only memory, because I got some pictures of my grandma's house, but not much survived. But it's a memory that I was in my grandma's yard, digging in the yard like I wasn't supposed to, and was getting water hose stuck and everything else, and I found this knife. So I thought I would share that with y'all. I thought that was pretty cool, and y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments about that. about that knife. If you've seen one of these before, let me know. I know the light's kind of funny out here, y'all. I'm videotaping at night and I got a light over my head to try to show y'all. But if y'all have ever seen a knife that's kind of like this, just let me know in the comments of what kind of knife it could be. It's not sharp. At one time it was probably sharp. I don't know if it's been sharpened down so much that most of the blade's gone. Maybe it was used a lot or something. But y'all let me know. That was pretty neat thing. Also got something else to share with y'all. Okay. I did a little bit of this. Me and Stacy's did a little bit of this. We used to go out magnet fishing for a little while. I was on that kick of magnet fishing. She's got her own magnet. She's got her own gloves, cut-proof gloves. Because, I don't know if you know this, but if you go magnet fishing, you want to wear some gloves to protect your hands. That's very important. Because when you pull that magnet up, you pull up all kind of metal out of the water. And you'll pull up wire and everything, little tiny pieces of wire, and it'll get stuck in your hands. And that stuff will probably give you something bad because it's been in that nasty water. Okay. But I have one magnet in my truck, and I bought me another one because I'm wanting to go magnet fishing a little bit more. The other day we had the yard sale, and I sold a Barlow knife, the old Barlow. Remember the old Barlow knives? Well, I had one, and that's an actual knife I found magnet fishing. Now I got it home and I cleaned it up and I oiled it up and I really took care of it, you know, and got it back. It hadn't been in the water that long. It was off of a dock. It was in a lake, and it was off a lake called Lake Hunter. Okay. So when I got it home, I cleaned it up real nice. I oiled it up. I worked it good, but it wasn't in that lake very long. Do you know I sold that at the yard sale for $5. Somebody paid $5 for something that didn't cost me nothing. It didn't cost me nothing but my time. So if you never did magnet fishing, try it out. You might like it. You can find all kind of stuff. Saves. You can find knives. Man, there's videos on here. There's not music. There's videos on here on YouTube that you can watch where people magnet fish, and they find all kind of stuff. They find guns. They find old guns. They find new guns. But if you find a gun, you're supposed to, you know, call the law and have the law come get it. But you can find cool stuff, y'all. I've found Leathermans before, multi-tools. I've found spoons. I've found bracelets. One time, me and Stacy was doing it, and my daughter was out there with us, and I threw out the magnet, and I was pulling it. I said, oh, I got something here, y'all. And I was all excited. I was like, oh, got something. Pulled it up. It was a can of vegetables. And I guess it was half open. And it was vegetables. Oh my gosh, it was so nasty and it smelled so bad. Plus too, if you go magnet fishing and you catch, you know, you're bringing up different things and trash and stuff that doesn't mean nothing. You're kind of cleaning up the lake. So you're doing two things at once. You could find something really good, something really nice, and you're kind of cleaning up the waterway. So you're doing kind of two things. But it's kind of good that if you are going to do magnet fishing and you're kind of serious about it, get a hold of you a junk man. Get a hold of you a junk man and say, hey, look, give me your number, and when I get some junk, like a junk bicycle or a junk safe or something that's metal, these junk guys love stuff like that because they scrap, okay? And I don't call them junk guys, they're scrap guys, okay? I don't want to degrade nobody. But they're scrap guys, and they'll hook up with them, and they'll come by and get it, whatever you're pulling. Plus, you're cleaning the water out. So you're doing two things at once. But you can make a little money. I mean, you find knives. People drop knives all the time off docks. I've dropped plenty of knives off of docks and stuff like that. In rivers, lakes, and all that. You go around and do that, you know. And it's pretty cool and it's pretty fun, you know. And it's just something new experience. But I'm going to show you real fast. Is my magnet. This is my magnet. Okay, and I think it's like a 1,200-pound magnet. You know, and it looks like a padlock. They call it like a padlock magnet. But it's super strong, y'all. You set this by metal, it's going to snatch it. Okay, and it's got a, you know, it's got a carabiner on it, you know. It ain't real strong. It's all right strong, the carabiner. I was wanting to find my good carabiner because I got a good climbing one, but I couldn't find it. This all come in a kit. It come with the rope. It come with the lock. It come with the carabiner. It also come with the bag. It's got a bag. It comes with a bag, and then it comes with the gloves. And these are cut-proof gloves right here, you know, where you can wear these to do it, because you want to clean the magnet off every time you do it. The magnet's going to have a lot of metals and stuff on it, like fish hooks and stuff like that. So you got to have gloves for sure. If you don't, you'll pay for it in your hands. You'll pay for it in blood. It hurts. Believe me, I've did it. I try to be slick. But it comes with the gloves, the 2 gloves. It comes with a padlock magnet. It's like 1,200 pound, whatever, 1,200 pound pull or something or whatever. I'm not a magnet guy. It comes with a rope. It comes already, carabiner comes on it, and it comes with like a tote bag with it. I think it was like $36 on Amazon. So it's easy, it's cheap, it's something that's cool to do, and kids love it. My daughter, when we went and did it, it's been a while since we did it, but I think we're going to do it a little bit more, and give us a little hobby to do, and get our mind off of little things, and it's fun. Kids love it too, and you're helping the environment. You're cleaning stuff up, There's nothing wrong with that, and you can find some good stuff. You might be able to sell it. You might be able to have it and clean it up. Some of the stuff you might find might have been in there a long time, and there's nothing you can do with it other than get rid of it, like an old knife or something. But I like old stuff, and I like, and there's people that know how to clean these things, that know how to clean these knives up and repair them and get them back to where they looked, brand new. You want to take the time to do it and have the knowledge of to do it. But I was just showing you the magnet fishing, and it's a good get out of the house thing, or a weekend thing. And I've been super busy, y'all. I've been super busy. I got a lot of stuff going on at work. That's why I haven't made a video so quick. I just want to touch on a couple things and show you my magnet and show you my knife, and stuff like that. But find you a little hobby to do. And magnets are a pretty cheap hobby to get into. I bought this whole set, like I said, $36 on Amazon. That's a cheap hobby, y'all. Y'all buy that, you can go magnet fishing all over. Docks, anywhere there's a lot of people on the water or going into the water, like where boat ramps and stuff, that's the place to use that magnet. The more people that populates in that area, that's the most likelihood of somebody dropping something in that water. And in the videos, in these YouTube videos, they find good stuff. Sometimes they just find cool stuff, it's cool old stuff. And sometimes they find guns. Sometimes they find broke guns and half guns, and they find all kind of stuff. So it just gives you something to do, get your mind off of things, and gives you a little cheap hobby. And that's a pretty cheap hobby. $36, you're set up to go. You go out there and have fun. Bring your kids with you. That they love it. They love it. Believe me, my daughter, she loved it. So we might go out a weekend and do that. And I might make a little video of it, of us, going out there and seeing what we got, just to mix it up. I still need to make a video on the AR-15 and to break one down. And I can break one down, y'all. It ain't nothing to it. There's two pins you push out. The upper and lower comes apart. You pull the extractor out. Then you got the bolt. You pull the little pin out of the bolt. You twist the little knob around. You pull it apart, and then you can break it all the way down to the firing pin. That's pretty much all there is to an AR. I know one of the viewers out there wanted me to do a video on that, and I might do it, but I have to have time to do it, because I don't like bringing my guns out in the yard, because my neighbors are kind of, I don't want them to know everything I got. So if I do it, I want to do it at night, because I'm not seen with that gun outside. I have to come out here to my back, but I don't want everybody to see that I got an AR-15, because people are scared of black rifles for whatever reason. But I don't care what they think, but I don't want somebody to know I got a gun like that and try to break in my house and steal it. They can't steal it, but I don't want them to think they can. Y'all seen the thing about Antonio Brown? Now, I'm not a big NFL watcher, but I did see this real fast, and I watched the video of him walking off the field. I don't know what it was about. I'm not sure of what it was about. I think it was about he had some kind of problems with one of the coaches, and he disagreed with him or whatever. Took his uniform off. He wasn't injured or nothing. I know he missed out on a lot of money, and maybe now there's nobody in the NFL going to even give him a shot or take him, But he was going to make some money. If he'd caught a couple more balls, he would have made 300-something thousand. If he did this, he'd have made more money. Altogether, if he would have kept playing that night, he could have made a $1 million bonus. He didn't, for whatever reason, I don't know. But what the Democrats and what Antonio Brown has in common, they're both running the hell off the field. That's what they have in common. Them Democrats know that their days are numbered. So they're getting out of there. They're retiring, and they're getting out of there. And the ones that don't leave are not smart enough to leave, to know that, can see the writing on the wall and what we're going to do for the voting time. They're going to stay there, and they're going to get gone. We're going to get them out of there. Y'all going to vote them out of there. I'm going to vote them out of there. Let's get them out of there. In your state, you vote. Let's get these Democrats out of here. They're not right for the country. They're for foolishness and bullshit. And we can't have that in our country. As y'all can tell from my videos, I have a Trump flag. See that Trump flag right there? Okay? I'm a Trump supporter. I'm an American supporter. I love this country. No, I don't have an American flag where you can see it, but I do have one back there. And I have signs back there. It says Republican. I have a sign that says Republicans are working hard so you don't have to. Okay? And I know even in our own party, in Republicans, we got some in there that needs to go too. So it ain't just Democrats. It's some Republicans need to get their ass out of there too. There's only a handful of Republicans even worth even talking about. Okay? I think DeSantis is an awesome governor. I know they're trying to attack him. They're trying to do everything they can. He's awesome. He's made it to where we can live and we can thrive. You know, other states, that's why they're all coming here. And the bad thing, they come here, you know, they can vote their stupidity in. We don't want that. We don't want that stupidity. If you want to vote stupid, go back to California, where the hell you came from. And we'll kick your ass out of here. You know, we ain't gonna play that. That Joe Biden, man, come on. Come on, man. Joe Biden. Sad story. Sad story. Let's go, Brandon. Dumb Kamala and cackling Harris, haven't heard nothing out of her a peep. I think she's just keeping her damn mouth shut, and I think she's trying to distance herself from Biden. To be quite honest with you, is what I think she's doing. You know, don't know who's going to run for president of 2024. You know, some up-and-comers is going to try to do it, but I can tell you right now, if you're a Democrat and you think you're going to run for president, buddy, you're done. Stick a fork in you, you're done. You're not going to get it. You're just wasting your money and time thinking you're going to do it. Us American people know the real story and know what y'all are doing. You know? But really, wisen up. See where all the money's going. Who's making all this money, y'all? Who's making the money right now? Big Pharma. Big Pharma's making the money right now. Government's buying all these jabs with our taxpayer money. They're making all this money. But yet they can't make the prices cheaper on insulin. I just talked to a guy the other day. He's like, Philip, every time I take a shop, it's like $45 for insulin. That's foolish. That is foolish. Come on. We got to do something. We got to do better than that. So, you know, maybe this weekend, depends on the weather down here, y'all. We want to do y'all a fishing video. I want to do a fishing video so y'all can see stuff. And I mentioned it. I know I mentioned it before, and you're like, oh, he's break record. But if the weather's nice and it permits for us to do it, and it ain't windy and it ain't stupid, you know, because right now we're getting a little bit of a cold front that's come through, and I don't know what that did to the fish. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. But if we can go fishing and we go, we're going to take y'all with us, and we're going to film some bass. I'm going to show y'all what the bass are about down here in Florida. Them largemouth hogs, where y'all going to get to see them. You know, I just got to be careful and don't drop my damn, or make a blooper. I don't want to make a blooper and fall in the lake, because these lakes got alligators. I told Donald Wiseman that. And also, too, I don't want to drop my phone in the lake, so I got to be real careful of how I do it. I'm not a professional, y'all. I'm not that level yet. I don't want to be that level. I'm just a regular guy that works every day, that makes videos for y'all, just a common dude that drives a Mustang, that's got, I'm a collector guy. I like to collect stuff. But just want to make a good video for y'all and stuff, and just tell the American patriots, my friends, all the American patriots out there, all y'all that support me, I love you guys. Really, I do. I'm glad that I've met a lot of you, and y'all support me so good. Okay. Also, too, we want to get Waterbug68. We want to get him up to that 1,000. So if you can, go to Waterbug68, share him out, get him more people. We need him up to 1,000 where he can go live on his phone and do his lives. He's a funny guy. He's a good guy. He's an American patriot. I love him to death. He's like a brother, or actually like a father. You know, I'm just kidding. But anyway, Make sure you share these guys out. You know, all the Patriots. And y'all know who I'm affiliated with, who I talk to all the time, and who my good friends are. Donald Wiseman, share his channel out. Mark Hatfield. Hopefully, when he gets out of Facebook, we hear from him because I love hearing from him. The Two Dumbass Farmers, David McCard. Go check him out. Share him out. He's going to have a video. He's going to have not a video. He's going to have a CD coming out, a funny CD. So I'm definitely going to get that, and y'all need to check that out too. But go check him out and go subscribe to him and support him too. Support all of our patriots and all of us that are out here trying to get the word out, and we're talking about different things. We really appreciate it. We love you guys. Till next time, Stacy. Stacy's got to tell y'all bye. She always does a lot in my videos. Here she goes.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. We love y'all. See ya.